combined fuel trim data calculations so that we're able to evaluate this much better. We could tune this in full open loop and bypass this completely. We've talked about that in the training course. I like to use the O2 sensor trims. It just makes things a bit easier. Let's see what happens if I start to drive it. Let's see if the short-term trim starts to populate or not, or if it's going to remain blocked out here. I'll just drive it real quick, see if we get any kind of reading out of it. There we go, it starts to read. Notice our trims are much better here. Much, much better. Very close. Let's get into boost here a little bit. I'll see our trim should drop out. All right, that's pretty good. Let's get off the throttle here a little bit. Let's get back on the throttle. Just do another sweep. All right. Let's go here to stop data logger, and then let's go and shut the vehicle down. And we turn this turbo timer off, and I'll try to, in the next video here, just make sure this is completely off. There we go, I got it to shut off there. That's going to be a little bit of an annoying process starting and stopping with the turbo timer constantly running. But let's go and do Control O. We'll open up that last log file here. Let's locate it right here. Click open. And now let's evaluate this as we're doing some driving here and seeing what our combined fuel trim is showing us. So again, as we're looking at our combined fuel trim, this was where the short term wasn't kicking in yet. I don't know why, having a brief period there, it wasn't reading. But right here, this is going to be our driving area. We're starting to take a look at that. We can actually bring our airflow right here. That's our Hertz value. We can see what that's going to be. So the Hertz showing us 162 here in airflow. That's going to be our 1 byte value that we're logging right now, which we can correlate then against our lower airflow values, idle and cruising, and we're comparing it against our MAFCOM table. We haven't talked about that yet, so let's just jump in here so you know exactly what I'm talking about. Move into our MAF compensation. Jump back in. Here you go, MAFCOM. These values here, we're able to look essentially from our, let's say, 19 Hertz all the way here at about 400 or 500 Hertz. These are going to be tracking better to that 1 byte value that we're logging right here, this airflow that we toggled on in the last time we were in our EvoScan. And it's going to give us kind of a pinpoint location of where we're at here. So looking at this, we're looking at both our combined fuel trim and air fuel air. So if our combined fuel trim's registering and reading a value, that means that we're in closed loop. If it kicks into air fuel air, if that starts to read, we're in open loop. That's when we can distinguish between closed and open loop here. So let's look at this here. As we're getting here, we see that our air fuel air is populating. It's starting to show we're a little bit of a difference here. Let's get into our area where we're going to be operating here. Let's just do up arrow to focus in right here. We can see that the combined fuel trim drops to 0, and then the air fuel air here is showing it's about 5% off. That's pretty close. Much better than what it was before. It was showing 12%, and then as we were driving here, our combined fuel trim, that was almost 25%. Notice here that it's only here 1 or 2%. So we fixed that. That's actually back in line pretty well. So I think we're very, very close by just doing that injector scaler. Now the difference that we find here, as we're getting up into boost, as we're getting into our open loop situation, we're 6, 7, 8% off. That's fine. We can fix that with our MAF compensation. So we can check what our frequency's at, which is 518 airflow here in Hertz. We could jump in here and start to go in here to our table and reduce our MAF comp values down. Thanks for checking out our teaser clip. If you want to see the rest of this video and more than 500 hours of current EFI training we have to offer, make sure you click right here. If you want to go and check out more teaser clips from this training course, click here, and you don't want to miss any of the videos we're going to be releasing on this channel, so make sure you subscribe and click here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.